how do you say your name?
Herlihy.
Herlihy. Okay, and he's the author of 2 books that are great. The Lost Cyclist. The Lost Cyclist. Oh, sure.
While we're doing this plug.
And the History of the Bicycle. Now, I have a specific story. I read this book. This book's awesome, right? When I first met David, what I did was I walked up and I said, "Oh, that looks kind of cool, you know, but the book better be good." That's what I said to him. And he's like, "Well, you know, I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed writing it." And I was like, "Okay, well, I do the first page test. I open the first page, and if I don't like the first page, I'm not buying it." And he says to me, "Go for it." So I read it, and it's amazing. It makes you get to the second page. It's a story of like adventure and travel. And this guy on the bike, he goes around the world on a bicycle in 1895. Is that the right date?
92 he started.
Okay, 92.
Yeah.
1892, even earlier. It's got pneumatic tires. He's got a camera, right?
Yep.
He's got and this is like new stuff. So he's going around the world. No one's ever seen this bicycle before, and he gets a little bit of trouble in one of the countries, and he doesn't make it. But there's a correspondence. There's letters. There's information, and there's even a guy who goes after him. Sorry, I'm telling the whole story.
No, that's fine.
But anyway, I just want to let you know how great this book is. And the next book is The History of the Bicycle. Can you tell us a little about this? Because I haven't read this one.
Well, yeah, my focus really was the 19th century. I mean, it's considered the bicycle one of the greatest inventions of the 19th century. But I was surprised that in many ways the history really wasn't well known or well documented. Lots of competing claims, not a lot of clarity. So my goal was really to focus on the early stuff, which brought us the bicycle as we know it. But I was surprised to learn how versatile the bike was in the 20th century. You know, how it could adapt and compete with the automobile and still be with us today, and probably on maybe a greater level than it's ever been. So it's an amazing invention, and I was happy to try to clarify a bit the origins.
I got a question for you. How did you get into this topic of early bicycle history?
Okay, I was writing. Back in the day, I was quite interested in state-of-the-art racing technology.
What kind of state-of-the-art? Okay.
Yeah, like Campagnolo parts. I lived in Italy for a bit. I got to meet some of the great frame makers like Gino Tinelli, and I bought a few of those bikes myself. Was never that much into racing, but I liked them, the technology of it all, and the feel of them all. So that got me into the bike sphere. But the history part really was more about when I was writing some pieces for Bicycle Guide, which was a competitive bicycle at the time. Broke off from it actually. And they had asked me to do a piece on the history of derailleurs. That was my first attempt to dive into the history. And
I don't mean to interrupt, but the derailleur is such an interesting part because I read somewhere that they put 2 gears on either side. You had to take it off and put it and switch the tires.
There were different systems.
Okay, yeah.
And some of them did involve. One did involve. Like Lenz himself had, well, no derailleur, but he did have 2 gears, but that involved flipping the rear wheel to get a different sprocket. Very low tech.
Yeah.
But the derailleur, as we know it, was really developed by the French in the 1920s, and also the Italians. Obviously, Campagnolo was one of them. So I got into that history. But then I jumped into the really early stuff because I was interviewing a guy about the derailleur stuff, a French guy, and he said to me, "Oh, wait, you're from Boston?" He said, "Oh, forget the derailleur stuff. That's all uninteresting. You need to go back to the invention itself." And he pointed to a photo of this guy, which I have in the book, if I can find it, on his velocipede. And he explained, this is the guy who had the original patent, and he came to Boston, he died there, and I didn't know anything about his story, so I was really intrigued, and I wanted to find out, that's how I got into the whole, oh, there you go, this photo of him on his velocipede. So when my French friend said, this guy's buried in Boston, and a lot of people, he kind of almost said in hushed tones, think he's the real inventor. I thought, wow, wait a minute, that's kind of mind-boggling. I'm in Boston, I love to bicycle, and I never heard of this guy. I never heard the guy who maybe invented the bike is there. So I wanted to find, what was that all about? And then, so I did. I started on this trail. I found his grave. Then I started to put things together and realize, I think he might actually be the inventor.
Wow.
Well, he had the badge. So, but the French would say he was a phony, that he walked away.
Oh, so there's a controversy there.
Oh, totally, yeah.
Okay.
And he was kind of dead by the time they really supposedly resolved it, so he didn't have much of a say in that.
Have you been to the Anderson Museum?
Lars Anderson.
They got some great examples.
They do. They have some. I think they do have a few bone shakers from that period. Yeah, they do have.
But they
some.
keep them in the back corner.
I know.
If you ever go to Anderson Museum, the top deck is like what their exhibit of the week is or whatever.
Yeah.
Downstairs is what they've had there since 100 years. But in the back corner, they got about 5 bicycles, and they're awesome.
Ironically, he's buried about a mile. I think less than a mile.
Really?
Yeah, in West Roxbury. So
And those of you watching, you got to understand that the bicycles now, people just take it for granted, but at some point in time there were no cars and you still had horses on the road. So the bicycle was like the hot thing. It was like the iPod or whatever. It was the it thing. You had to have it.
Yeah.
You could get around independently, no horse involved, you got a mechanical advantage for the first time. And I heard about the 6-day races for the first time today. I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah, well, that was a very grueling affair, as you can imagine. They actually had to outlaw it, or they did outlaw it at a certain point. It changed. Originally, it was one guy doing it for 6 days. Then they allowed teams, two-man teams, and women started to do them as well. So, they became very popular. They were just, interesting spectacle because you could drew a huge. They remained popular through the 20s. And even people like Babe Ruth apparently went frequently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was because you could drift in and out. I mean, there would be these moments of climax when they all start to.
Maybe like cricket?
I think they're a bit
like a long
cricket.
game.
A very long, yes, long, slow moments where you don't even have to be there.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be there right when the drama started, it could get very exciting.
But they're bicycling in
a circle.
It's like NASCAR, but for 6 days, and it's all people on bikes. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
That's got to be amazing.
And then, but there's the climax is when somebody starts to sprint, and then then it gets very. So it has these moments of kind of tedious, going around circles, everybody following the other, punctuated by these very dramatic. And so if you're lucky, you're there when all that happens. So they were very popular, and it's sad that in a way, I guess that sport really after World War II it pretty much disappeared.
Yeah.
There was another version of that too, where you would a motor racing, the trail a motorcycle. That was highly dangerous, but very exciting to watch because the cyclist could reach speeds of 60 miles an hour.
Wow, that's crazy. 60 miles an hour.
Hey.
That's crazy. Well, I really, David's got a wealth of information. He's passionate about the topic. And you're always at these bike shows.
Yes.
Are you going to NABS?
This is the one that I tend to go to now, and I think I've been. I want to say every one, but I think I've been. Not everyone is close to that.
You're up in Boston?
Yeah.
Oh, but NABS is going to be in Connecticut, so it's not that bad.
Okay.
First year, it's going to be around here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where in Connecticut?
I think, I don't know, Bridgeport maybe?
All right.
No, it's kind of middle
North American.
The handmade bike show.
Handmade bike show. Yeah. My friend told me about that.
That's a lot of fun.
I will be there.
It's all the handmade bikes and whatnot, and then they have an award ceremony, and it's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, no, I have.
And luckily, it's local for us.
That's true. It's usually on the West Coast.
Yeah.
I almost made. I've never been to one though, but that one. When is it?
February, end of February.
Oh, I have to write that down.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give you info. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. I'm Mr.G. This is David. How do you say it?
Herlihy.
Herlihy. All right. And the book is The History of the Bicycle.